Hi everyone. There's a very good chance that you've already heard of the term AI agents, and you may have even seen this image before from ServiceNow at some point. If you haven't, it's right on our homepage. But how do we make sense of this image? What are AI agents? Now, there's plenty of demonstration videos and other videos available on the ServiceNow website and on our various YouTube channels, and I encourage you to watch all of them. But in this video, I wanted to make a contribution to understanding AI agents, concentrating on the following important questions. First, how do they work? Second, how do they compare to other forms of AI? And third and lastly, how do they relate specifically to existing platform capabilities? Now, there are 4 videos in this short series, this being the first part. And in this video, we're going to begin by examining the relationship of AI agents to other forms of AI, specifically in the context of ServiceNow. We will then see how AI agents represent the latest and most current development in AI. In the next video, in part 2, I break down 2 custom AI agents that I developed so that we uncover not only their components, but continuing from the discussion that we have in this video, understand more concretely how AI agents relate to other platform capabilities. And as a result, we'll be in a position to know better when to employ AI agents. In part 3, I'll look at the opposite argument, when not to use AI agents. And we'll do so by more closely comparing an AI agent with a flow. And in the last part, in part 4, I report on some lessons learned in my own development of custom AI agents that may be useful to you as a developer. So as I already noted, there are plenty of other learning resources on ServiceNow University and the various ServiceNow YouTube channels. This also includes a lab session from our Knowledge Conference this year, where we actually learn how to build an AI agent. The links to these courses are in the description. But I believe in order to learn about this powerful and changing technology, we need to learn from each other as much as possible. And these videos should be seen in this context as my own personal contribution to this discussion. Let's start by briefly reviewing the history of AI in ServiceNow, which basically mirrors the general development of AI. In actual fact, AI is not new to the ServiceNow platform. It started way back in 2017 with machine learning, which was called predictive intelligence, and which was able to predict, based on previous records, the category, the assignment group, the priority for incidents and cases. And predictive intelligence then later incorporated other functionality. In 2023, the platform incorporated generative AI, called Now Assist, into various applications which could generate code, knowledge base articles, case summaries, and so forth. And now in 2025, we've got AI agents and what is also referred to as agentic workflows. So what makes AI agents unique? Encapsulated in an AI agent is a process to fulfill an objective. How a specific instance of this process plays out will vary based on certain considerations. You could call them conditions in the language of coding. AI agents have access to various tools to perform operations. And in actual fact, you can use the common analogy of an AI agent with a human being. It plays out very well here. Because assigned a task, a human will need to identify what individual activities are necessary to fulfill that task to achieve a specific objective. The objective could be identifying potential causes of an issue, locating documents related to an inquiry, processing an application, whatever. And in performing this task, there are often multiple actions a human could and does execute, such as looking up documentation, reviewing previous issues that were similar, performing calculations, gathering more information from the requester, and so forth. Exactly what actions are taken depends on the exact context. An issue with a new car may warrant a check of the vehicle's warranty conditions. An issue with a 30-year-old car may require confirmation that a replacement part is still available. But in both of them, that may indeed involve replacing a faulty part. And this is exactly how AI agents work. They literally have a box of tools that can be used to perform actions. And these tools are the same ones that real agents are using in the ServiceNow platform. And instead of humans thinking about which tools to use or which ones not to use, the AI agent selects the right tool for the job. Now, let's examine these two components we've identified: AI agents and tools. You could say that the AI agent is a container for these tools. The tools are the things that perform the actions: record updates, perform catalog item requests, generate text, perform an AI search, etc. And we'll discuss these a little bit later in the series. But the AI agent is more than just a container, more than just a toolbox. The AI agent also decides which tool to use and when. It could use multiple tools. It could use some of them multiple times within a single execution of that AI agent. And it may not use certain tools at all. It does this using a component called the Orchestrator. You can find out more information on this in the links that I've provided below. And in fact, there are other videos that deal with this component a little bit better than what I will deal with here. And it's really this Orchestrator component that makes the AI agent an AI agent. What do I mean by that? Why do we actually call it an AI agent and not some other name like smart agent? Well, remember that the AI agent has a toolbox from which it can select the right tool to perform a job. But how does this selection take place? The method and the logic behind the selection uses a large language model. The AI agent is guided by a series of prompts that you specify in the agent itself, such as the description, the role or its role, the list of steps that it should perform, etc. Now, in contrast to a flow where the actions are clearly defined, the actions or the tools in an AI agent are executed based on the prompts that you include in the agent. So like a flow, an agent has the following. It has a trigger, just like a flow does. It has tools, which you could compare to actions in flows. It has some output and logging properties. And the instructions to the LLM, which if you look at a flow would be the connectors between the various actions, which are then clearly defined. So rather than the process being a predetermined workflow expressed as a series of definite actions that each need to be precisely defined, the process is being directed by the large language model using your prompts. And these prompts are written in plain language, at the moment in English. So the obvious question that arises is when should we use AI agents and when should we just use a flow? And this is something that we will answer in the next few videos. What we can already say now though is that as an architect, as a consultant, a developer looking to implement any workflow in the ServiceNow platform, we follow the golden rule. And that is we pick the right tool for the job. And the selected tool is not only the one that can get the job done, but it's the one that is often the easiest to implement, given a choice of more than one tool that we could use. And this is something that we need to keep in mind when looking at AI agents. So now we've covered some of the theory of AI agents. In the next videos, let's move on to how this actually works in practice. In the next video in this series, I will demonstrate 2 custom AI agents that I've built myself. This will not only demonstrate how AI agents work, but their relationship to other existing platform capabilities, such as flows, scripts, AI search, and so on. And this in turn will help us get a better understanding of what AI agents are, what they're good at, and when to use them.